Hello, everyone, and welcome to Geeks for Geeks. My name is Prakash Sakari. I work as a mentor at Geeks for Geeks, and I basically teach web development at Geeks for Geeks. And if you can hear me clearly, just say hi in the chat. Uh, if you can hear me, because I can see there are a lot of people who have already joined. And yes, can you hear me? Am I audible? If yes, just put yes in the chat. Hi, hi. Great, 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 great. So I think there are a lot of people who have joined in. I think you all are way too excited because I am way too excited because it's the first time that we are, coming in collaboration with both Google and AMD. So it's like, the companies that we have been vouching and, watching and reading their articles and watching the products being launched and being excited. And so if we are coming in collaboration and having a session on our channel, it's an absolute uh, exciting experience for all of us. And so to make it more better, can you just type in the city or the state you are from? Like I am from Mumbai, but currently I'm in Noida. So if you could just type in the city or state where you're from, so we could basically just know like where people have joined from. Okay, so people are from Noida, Jharkhand. I'm also in Noida currently. It's great. Mumbai, yes, I'm from Mumbai. Andhra, great, great. Nagpur, Lucknow, great. So it's great to see so many people from so many different locations. So to tell you about the session, so the agenda of the session basically today is to get you through about this hackathon that we are organizing in collaboration with both Google and AMD, and we have engineers and mentors both from AMD and Google, and they are super awesome with their experience and the knowledge that they carry on, like vast experience, worked on so many projects. So you can ask a lot of questions related to the hackathon or related to the services that they're coming up. So Google is coming up with their Google Cloud Tech. You can ask questions about that. AMD is coming with AMD instances. You can ask questions about that. Stick till the end, right? So basically, the mentor from AMD and Google will come. They will give you a brief introduction about what they are bringing and what is about their product, and then they will take questions also. So you can ask questions. So don't miss this opportunity where you can ask question from an expert, and just open up everything. Your just open up, your doubts and clear your doubts, right? So coming up, look, beginning with the first person, I have with me Mr. Silpesh, right? So I'm adding Mr. Silpesh. Hello, sir. It's a
Hello,
great
everyone.
pleasure to have you. So to give you an introduction about Mr. Silpesh is working as, a senior solution architect at AMD. He has over 21 years of industry experience. Just imagine a person having 21 years of industry experience coming and sharing knowledge with you. And he has worked in solution architect, product pre-sales, business development, and just to name a few. So I welcome you, sir, on our channel, and I hand over it to you. Please, you can take it forward.
Sure, Prakash. Thanks a lot. Hello, everyone. This is my pleasure to take you through the exciting AMD technologies, which we can offer, and how we are partnering with Google in this, and what are the solutions which are available on Google Cloud from AMD. So I'll be taking you through those, offerings. Okay, so let me start. Okay, so AMD Epic, many of you might be hearing it for the first time. So AMD Epic is the brand name for AMD server class CPUs based on which Google Cloud instances are built on. And the some of the major advantages of AMD Epic processor is that we deliver lot many cores compared to our competition. We have the highest memory bandwidth and vast IO. Okay, so these are some of the key things from technology perspective what AMD Epic offers. And we have more than 250 world records in terms of performance benchmarks, industry standard benchmarks. No one has that, so it's the best performing uh, product from server CPUs perspective in the world today. And with our combination of architecture and core density, we can create a very attractive x86 based solutions. And the most important thing is the price performance. That results in very disruptive pricing model to help customers optimize their infrastructure. Okay, so this is a great benefit from business perspective. Then from security perspective, we have something called as AMD Infinity Guard, which helps in terms of security. And we have world-class features called as AMD encrypted virtualization, which I'll take you talk about it, based on which confidential computing feature has been enabled by Google. And then we have a lot of energy efficiency benefits, because while we provide the best performance, we consume the least amount of power, and that really translates into a lot of energy efficient infrastructure. And it also translates into a lot of greenhouse gas savings, sustainability related requirements of the organization. So these are the major benefits of AMD EPIC processor. Moving next, AMD, we are a customer of Google Cloud. Okay, so uh, we have, we use Google Cloud extensively for our own chip design, and there is a technology called as EDA for chip designing. So we do a lot of those simulations on Google Cloud for our own requirements. And we are also a supplier to Google. So like we supply our AMD EPIC processors to Google, based on which Google has designed their own compute instances like N2D, C2D, T2D, and confidential VMs. So that's what we do. And what we have also done is that, to simplify everything, we have created this website called as buildboldcloud.com. This website is created by AMD specifically for solutions which are available on Google Cloud, which will help you a lot in your you don't have to search the entire internet. You can go to this website and it will give you a lot of information. It will give you links to Google Cloud related information. Also, it will also give you information related to AMD solutions and case studies and all that stuff. And AMD is also working as a partner with Google Cloud. Like this particular hackathon solving for India, we are doing in partnership along with Google Cloud. So we are doing a lot of work with Google Cloud, and you can see those benefits in the marketplace. So AMD EPIC CPU benefits, we have like TCO savings, like when you get best of the best performance at the lowest price and at the lowest energy consumption, you get a lot of savings, for your customers. And with those savings, you can put that money in different projects. You can save it. You can do a lot of things with those savings. So basically, that's what AMD's CPU business benefit is. Apart from that, AMD EPIC is the 100% x86 compatible CPU. So whether you are deploying it on any x86 technology, you can run all those workloads very seamlessly on AMD EPIC based Google Cloud instances. And we have best in class security features. So with our secure memory encryption, the entire memory of the virtual machine or the Google Cloud instance gets encrypted with our security features. With those kind of features, you can really help protect your customers data, and you can be very sure that your data is not getting stolen by anyone. So these are some of the business benefits of AMD EPIC CPUs. Now let's look at what are the solutions available on Google Cloud from AMD. So we have three different instance types which are available. First one is N2D, which is general purpose instance. Second is C2D, which is compute optimized instance, and third one is T2D, which is the best price performance scale out kind of a instance from AMD and Google Cloud. Okay, so we will dive deeper into those. So N2D is, with N2D instances, you get up to 224 vCPUs. That's the largest general purpose VM available, and with up to 70% higher memory bandwidth. Okay, that is never non heard of. So that's uh, you know uh, top of the class. And all these benefits, the kind of workloads that you run here is like web app server, your media or streaming servers, your database servers, or you can run even your dev test environments, or analytics, or those kind of typical enterprise class workloads. On C2D, which is compute optimized, you get very very high performance here, and it is suitable for running high performance computing, EDA, electronic design automation, which AMD uses in house, those kind of instances. Then for gaming, oil and gas, AI, ML kind of requirements. So very very high performing or high performance for those kind of instances, you can put C2D instances. For price performance and for best scale out capabilities, you can deploy T2D instances. So this is very useful in web tier apps, media transcoding, large scale Java apps, data and analytics, like those kind of workloads you can deploy on T2D for best price performance. And on T2D and on C2D, the first two instance classes, you have option of deploying confidential computing. Okay, so confidential computing, when you are deploying a N2D or C2D instance, it is just a tick mark on Google Cloud GUI. When you are creating those instances, you can just tick mark on those, and that VM will become a confidential computing VM. So it what it does is it does real time encryption of memory. Okay, and that's how you can help a lot of security perspective. You can help save or protect your data from hackers. Okay, so the benefit of N2D is 30% price performance compared to our previous generation. Okay, so on internet you would see, or even on the slides you will see something written like Rome, Milan. So Rome is our previous or second generation CPUs from AMD. Milan is our current generation or third generation CPUs from AMD. And we have also launched our fourth generation, which is called as Genoa, which AMD and Google Cloud, we are both working on to create instances based on that. Today, Rome based instances and Milan based instances are available on Google Cloud, and what you can use is the Milan based instances for getting 30% better price performance compared to Rome based instances. Okay, so that's how the terminology is. Also from competition perspective, those instances are 15% lower cost. And if you see something like Mumbai region, you see more than 15% benefit in terms of costing compared to our competition. Also, N2D, the major benefit is that you can have largest number of vCPUs, up to 224 vCPUs, and it is designed for general purpose workloads. Okay, so on the graph, what you see is Rome performance compared to the Milan performance, which is our third generation, and you can see that core to core, it is giving at least 25 to 30% better performance. Okay, this is for C2D. So similar kind of things, trends you can see here. We have 30% better price performance compared to our previous generation. we have 15% less cost, larger sizes up to 112 V CPUs for your workloads, and it is designed for high performance computing kind of workloads. Okay, then on T2D. So T2D, you can see here, it is the best scale out kind of a deployment that you can do on T2D VMs. You can see that based on the kind of cores which are available, you get the best price performance, best. I mean, it is obviously it's a x86 CPU, so you have complete x86 compatibility. Whereas in case of ARM, you need to tweak. It's a different kind of architecture altogether. So you can see that we are offering much better performance, much better price performance also. It's much better priced, and the best part is that it is very suitable for scale out workloads. So something like you are creating microservices based containerized applications, you can confidently deploy those things on your T2D instances. So coming back to the security, how confidential computing works. So basically, data at rest, means that when your data is getting stored on the hard disk drive, on our laptops, we use BitLocker on Google Cloud. Data encryption is available when the data is stored on the storage. Data in transit means when the data is moving on the network, it is encrypted. So data at rest and data in transit encryption is already available on Google Cloud. With confidential computing, which is the third, angle, is that when the data is in use, that means that when the data is in the memory or CPU cache or CPU registers, at that time it is typically in a plain text format, so a hacker can hack it. With confidential computing technology from AMD and Google, you can just enable that feature and your memory gets encrypted. Okay, and it is completely transparent to the application. No application level changes required, no operating system level changes required, and it is very easy to use. So let's see how it is done. So we have a AES 128-bit engine for encrypting the memory, and we provide multiple encryption keys in our CPU, which can be utilized by the hypervisor to encrypt or select a different encryption key for each of the VM and encrypt its that the memory which has been assigned to that VM. So every VM has got its own encryption key. So even Google does not have access to those encryption keys, because those encryption keys are part of AMD CPUs and it is not exposed to anyone. Okay, so uh, the hypervisor can access those encryption keys, and with those encryption keys the memory gets encrypted, and that's how the VM data is protected when the data is in use. Okay, so we have something called as AMD secure processor, which is functionality on our EPIC CPUs, and that processor provides this encryption. Okay, so let's look at the so first benefit is confidential computing. Second benefit is price. We are giving here the Mumbai example. You can see that N2D is compared to N2 instances from Google Cloud. N2D is at least 50% cost effective. And while this information could be dated, you are advised to check Google Cloud pricing, which is the latest available. So that is the request for you. And then you can see that the kind of scalability compared to N2 virtual machines. We support up to 224 virtual machines, virtual CPUs. So a lot of scalability and lesser pricing, right? So that's the benefit of N2D versus N2. And here is the performance comparison of N2D versus N2. You can see that N2D instances are at least 7 to 9, 18% more performing compared to the similar sized N2 instances. And at the same time, as I mentioned earlier, it is much more cost effective. So uh, uh, coming at the end of my presentation, I would like you to note this website, buildboldcloud.com. This is specifically built for AMD and Google Cloud solutions which are available. You will find product information, that is information about all these instances which I spoke about. You will find use cases, links to case studies, and blogs, resources, everything. Okay, so this is one stop shop for you. You can just go there and get all the information about Google Cloud and AMD based solutions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Salpesh. That was amazing. So, guys, before taking your questions, right, we are also here, and Mr. Shilpesh will answer a lot of questions. Before getting into the questions, I would just like to remind you that you have to. There are five themes, right, for the hackathon, and you can pick any of the theme. There is health tech, there is fintech, there is agrotech, there is blockchain, there is fitness and sports. So you can select whichever theme you want, and to add cherry on the top of the cake, starting from next week there will be five sessions on these five different themes, right? There'll be five experienced mentors who will come on board and who will guide you according to basically the five different themes. And the submission date is 16th April, right? 16th April, so mark down the dates, you do not miss out on the dates. And the people who qualify basically will then go to the regional competition, right? Right now it's a zonal competition, you will go to the regional competition. Five themes, right? I'll repeat it once again: health tech, fintech, agrotech, blockchain, fitness, and sports. And in the next week, there'll be five sessions, five different sessions for all of these themes, right? So, and the submission date is 16th April. So, mark it in your calendar so you don't miss this out. And thank you, Mr. Silpesh, for this session. I will
Thank you.
take questions. So, there were a lot of questions of people asking how we can, uh, integrate AMD instances in our project. So, if you could guide them with that question.
So Neelam would be taking you through that information in the
Oh,
next presentation. Yeah, she'll be
okay,
demonstrating that.
okay, guys. So there's no need to worry. We have a mentor from Google, uh, Neelam, who will basically guide you on how you can, integrate AMD instances with basically your project. Okay, okay. So great. Just please put your questions related to anything related to AMD instances, and uh, we have Mr. Shilpesh who will basically guide you related to the question. So there were questions again about how what can be a thought process of getting an idea, right? We mentioned these different themes. So if you could just tell them about how they can select an idea for any different project.
Okay, so those things would be taken up in the next sessions by those respective for those respective sessions. It will be done at that time.
Okay, okay, cool. So that will also be great if an experienced mentor comes and discuss about choosing an idea and how you can integrate related to that. Okay, so I don't think we have any other questions. People are mostly asking about how to integrate AMD instances into the project, and uh, how. So there is and there are questions of how it can be useful and how to select an idea. So yeah, so I think we can go ahead with Neelam ji, and we can start her. We can do it. Okay,
Sure.
thank you, Mr. Rupesh.
Thank you.
So right now I'm again very excited. So the time that everyone's waiting for to get your questions answered. So we have uh, with us Neelam ji. Okay, and I'll just give you a short introduction about her. So she has been working at Google, right? She's been working at Google as an infrastructure modernization specialist. She has around 12 years of experience, right? And she is a coder, works with different tech stacks like Python, Linux, and a lot of different things. So I just can't wait to add her. So here she is. Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, hi Prakash, and
How are
hey,
you?
hi everyone. Uh, Sorry for being like so much questions and not having detailed background, like where to use, what is the hackathon idea. I will be taking all this stuff, and hope all queries will be answered. So Prakash, I am sharing my screen. Are you able to see that?
Yes, yes, and I've added it to the stream as well.
Okay. So in terms of like introduction has been already done. I work as a C and I basically directly work with digital native startups, and my key OKR or responsibility is to solve their business problem using tech and help them to achieve their unit economics. So I was going through chat questions. So somebody asked why what is the cloud even? I am talking like why Google Cloud, but before that I want to take what is cloud. So, like in earlier days, when we were childs, if nobody was having like every company or the startup has to buy hardware from any company like HP, Cisco. Then they have to maintain that building, electricity, cooling capacities, and all that. And then there will be some restriction, like you can put your data center in this zone. And so like if suppose you want to start a startup, then first you have to buy hardware, all the sort of compliance. And then if you think about geography, multiple geography launch, then it's impossible to achieve for a like people going into college, or even a like small scale enterprise as well. So that's how like cloud originated. So what is that they did? Well, it is like they provide servers as pay you as you go. You don't have to do any upfront payment. Whenever you are using resources, you have to pay them. You and it is not like you will be worried about who will be buy the hardware, who will be available for the powering of that solution, cooling and all compliance. They take care. Even if like you are a college going student and you have like very innovative idea and you think that you can work on that as a business, so there like you just go, as these days you directly go and just create your account. Even for student also there is specific account you can take, and you just create your account and deploy services. And tomorrow if you think that is a like global scale idea and you can take want to take it globally, what you have to do, just deploy their resources, whatever the resources you need for the replication, deploy into another region. And you will be able to follow all the compliance, data residency. Even you will be able to have better experience because the resources where your application is hosted near to the specific your users only. So that's why like cloud originated. And these days like nobody want to have capex, it is like upfront payment. And they that hardware also comes with a fixed limit as well. Like that will be hardware life will be 7 years, then again they have to buy new hardware. And specific to the like scaling also, like as of now in era today we are living in predictive era. So we like even like a match is going on, like these days women IPL match is going on. But as a like stream broadcast provider, I don't know how that will go with the public, how the like public will be taking that event. If too many people jump to watch that match, do I have resources to scale that infrastructure? So that's how like most of the companies are also thinking cloud first approach. They don't have to do any capacity planning in advance, and once they deploy their feature, is time to market for feature is also less. That's why like everybody is going for cloud. And specific to Google Cloud, so this is like if you are working in any open source tech stack, like you are a college going student and you want to develop a application like even for your website for yourself as well. putting all the website, webinar you have done, any hackathon you have won. So there you want to just make a website for you, but you want to use a infrastructure where you don't have to pay any licensing cost. You want to be go like whenever my whatever for time my website will be live, I will be able to pay, but I will be not able to pay the licensing cost. And tomorrow suppose I want to switch to the different vendor as well, then also it should be easily allowable. So that's how, like, even terms of learning also, all the open source stack you see, Apache Beam, TensorFlow, Kubernetes, Istio, all are the Google open source project that were like originated in Google and just given it as a open, given to the open source community. And in most of the open source, like if I give you example of Kubernetes, the container orchestration platform, there 70% of code goes from the Google Cloud. So if you are working with Google Cloud from since first day, so you will be well versed with whatever, like if you work with a startup that is having their infrastructure on the like on premise also, and they are having into AWS and Azure also, Microsoft Cloud as well. So you will be able to work seamlessly across all the stack. Second is like there are like application might be having different requirements specific to, like if you are developing a memory intensive, like specific too much transactional data is coming, in that case you might be thinking that I will be needing memory heavy instance, but CPU capacity is very less in like 2 CPU and I need 16 GB of RAM. So in that case, all the CSP what they do, like they have fixed form factor, like 2 vCPU and 4, like 2 into 2 is extra in terms of storage you will get. But with Google Cloud you get advantages like whatever resource you want, like as per your application you configure the resources. I need 2 CPU but I need 16 GB RAM. I will be not have to configure 4 CPU for that. I will be paying for 2 vCPU and 16. Same for reverse, like if you are compute intensive and memory is less required, you can configure that as well. So this is called custom VMs, and no platform provide that type of like specific. As a developer, it will be a like good add-on. Like you are just paying yourself for the credit, or like any, even for companies as well. Like you are effectively using, or you can achieve your unit economics in that case. And specific to security, so GCP, like how the, like this is how you secure your infrastructure, any OS level vulnerabilities, and then specific to the your applications, your data, and specific to your internal workload. And then you as a asset of your company, as a company, I am protecting my particular assets as well. So this is like by default GCP is secure cloud, and this is the same cloud, like origin is behind the same, is like it is intended to make serve 1 billion users, more than like 9 products are 1 billion user product, and that is all running into Google Cloud only. And specific to the smart, like all the services are data and AI. So like even every developer call it's data, Google Cloud is data and AI cloud. So specific to the in terms of your cost performance optimization, even specific to your queries as well. You want to know how my query is performing, like SQL query is performing. Then there is inbuilt dashboard powered by data and AI ML capabilities, that this query is performing like this, and which function is causing delay in particular what at what stage of the query. That granular. And in terms of cost, it will give you like what are your unused resources, how effectively your container bin packing is done. At container level, GCP provide the dashboard that you are not effectively utilizing the compute that you have allocated to the pod. The second and last is like scaled. So if you see, like Google Cloud is the backbone for the all the 8 products that are serving 1 billion user products, that is like GCP, that YouTube search, Gmail, Google Photos. So all that networking stack and all that is behind, that is like based on the Google Cloud only. specific to the like Google Cloud pillars. So whether it's help you to achieve, like provide value to every personas. Whether you are a developer, then it will be like developer focus, you will be able to get detailed insight. If you are a company and very like you want to know, because at while moving to cloud you are giving cost to the developer hand, so how to control that as well. There will be cultural shift, so how you can effectively achieve that, like particular FinOps. So we give workshops, different recommendation on FinOps, how to effectively utilize your cloud cost. And suppose you are a like work with a, and you work one in like in a product and you want to take it global scale. So there we provide platform for that. You just bring your solution into Google Cloud Marketplace, and our global GTM team will be selling that product for you. And it is like seamless. You have to deploy into just place it into one region, and it will be visible to all the GTMs into global regions as well. Now, specific to compute. So earlier, like in terms of, if we say today, like we are evolving into predictive, like even advanced than predictive area, where like personalization AI is very like in demand for everyone. Like user behavior, specifically after COVID, has been changed. Everybody need instant delivery. If and like if specific to the uh, shopping pattern as well, it has changed the way like it was earlier. In broadcast area, just take example, like you were watching TV or radio broadcast. Then in precision area, you will be having specific right segment, like you will be getting, if you go to a shop and then you will get, these are the dish channels, if pay for this rupees you will get this channel. And then predictive area is like you learn time series forecasting or build sort of recommendation. But in this, like whenever I'm doing as a customer, I am just able to like they get what I think, what I need into instant time. But as a company, you are running, so you should have background where I am coming, with geography I am coming, what are my past transaction I have done with you. Based on that, you provide me real time suggestion. Like I am buying notebook for my daughter, then are you able to get from where I am coming and in past what transaction I have done. So are you recommending me something that might be helpful for my daughter, like colors or any other thing. So you just influence the buyer as well in that case. So we are in that era today. And how Google can help? So there are like, before you develop any business idea, there should be like basic, your business, whatever the logic for your business you are writing, it should be like easily deployable as well. Like you will be developing an API or like any applications as well. So there comes help with the like help of Google Cloud Compute Services. So left to right, you see there are different ways like you can use compute services. There might be virtual machines, containers, functions. It is like it below there is like the way, what will be your responsibility. If you are writing functions, then code will be your responsibility. You will be not worry about where you will be deploying it, what OS is used, what language is used, and what are the like any event scaling need to be done, so how infra will scale. You will not worry about that. So all this is taken by the function. This is called serverless. It is like mostly effective for the event driven. Now comes to the container. So effectively utilizing your bin packing, there are like 5 microservices. Like when you do ordering, so you want each component, like whatever interaction I am doing with your application, you are breaking into different services. So microservices, and each microservices be can be have independent language. Your front end microservice you can write into like Angular. Backend can be Node.js, or specific to even Java or any other Go language as well. So that is like different type of packing you can be done. And their scaling also, like whenever you define, the infra scaling will be automatically taken care. Like your user increase and you need that my application can scale this amount of workload, amount of compute, your infra can scale automatically. And VM is like generic, like you deploy your applications, There you have to select, I need Windows OS or Linux or Ubuntu, and what type of runtime. Like if you want to deploy Docker and containers, so container D will be required as a runtime. And then specific to the like containers as well, so there are PaaS services for containers as well, like App Engine and Lambda as well. So these are different options. So you select, we will be sharing the deck as well, and URLs as well. There you see like how, which type of instance will be helpful to you as per your application. So initial stage you will be getting like 300 credits, that free tier credits only. So it will be good to POC setups, sort of things. You just choose your instances wisely. And then GKE support fully AMD. So GKE is like, you deploy your resources into different microservices, and you can deploy your web serving application, video encoding, image, game server, and you can deploy even your transactional database as well into GKE. So T2D is like, this is specific GK public report as well, how effectively it can be if you use your GK with T2D. So like there is 42% much power and like performance with the cost you can achieve. And next, specific to the console overview, let me take my console. So my console is visible. So this is like
No,
when,
no, console is not visible. We can only see the presentation.
just a second. So now it's visible, right?
Uh,
I think it's visible.
yeah.
So this is the first free tier account. You will be able to, whenever you go Google free tier account, you get this page, and here you will be able to register free tier account. So for every specific, whenever you use GCP, there is resource structure is there, like logical governance structure is there. You first create your project, and project is where you will be actually deploying your resources. So first you create your billing. Once your billing get created, you come to this console and create your project. So project is just logical reference of keeping your all resources, whatever like VM, database, any event driven services you are deploying, it's just a container for that. So here you will be able to select your billing ID, and then organization, it will be not visible for you, and you just create it. And then once you create that, you go to into this screen, and you have to browse it from here. You go from here, and then you will be able to browse specific project, and you will be getting this screen as a dashboard. So in this screen, like based on the specific, like this is the dashboard and all the APIs you are using, and this is the recommendation active assist, how to you are effectively utilizing your cost and all that stuff. Any specific policies you are using, you are breaching security and all that. So now comes to the like, there was having lot of queries for instance creation. So this is compute is like where you can deploy your applications or any like the product you are working on. So here you go create instances, and then in specific this instances, you will be able to select all the like what type of instance, you just give name, and the reason is like which geography you want to place your resources. If I want to place my resources into specific to Mumbai region, then I will be selecting this. And then here you select different type of VM, like your VM specific application requirement is compute optimized, memory optimized, or you need GPU. If you are training a heavy model, then you can use the GPUs as well. Then in terms of memory compute optimize, you select type of like this is the way I need, and then specific to the, you enable confidential VM, deploy a container, and then you will be able to deploy all these services. You just create it and just allow like what type of traffic you need and all that stuff. And there is one more thing, for creating your specific VM you have to create networking as well. This will be by default created, and make sure you don't delete that, otherwise you have to again create the your VPC like subnet networking component as well. And once your VM get deployed, you can directly connect, like there is connect option, you directly connect with SSH. There is no key pair required, you will be directly able to access terminal. So, and there you can deploy your service, like any specific file you are working that you have to put as a configuration of your application. There you can directly upload to the VM, and you can check on the like 8080 port as well. You can do that testing as well. So this is like detailed console overview. And in terms of database services, so there are like lot of bunch of services where we have known transactional and cloud SQL transactional database, and all this database also you can host onto VM as well. And there is benchmarking is like specific for Redis. There is like with in terms of latency and performance, C2D, N2D and T2D works better among all the like all other instances we have. And specific like you will be working more into smart AI and like any data platform analytics, or like any AI like specific business like applications, then this is complete pipeline. There you can leverage, like you can have streaming events. Suppose in fintech you want to just analyze what are the sentiments of the IPL match running, then in that case you will be having live streaming coming from the whatever like data it's coming, no, but whatever platform you are using. Then PubSub you will be just ingesting all the data that is coming, like all the web scraping data will be coming by PubSub. And then whatever transformation you want to do, like data is coming and I need to clear like what type of transformation is needed, then you can leverage data flow, or like ETL pipeline, you can do all sort of transformation. And if it's like very complex transformation you need Hadoop or Spark job, then you can use Dataproc, that is like manage Hadoop and Spark job. And there all these are serverless, you don't have to pay like for infra and all that, you just come and run your job. You don't have to create Hadoop cluster from scratch itself. And data wrangling is like if there is a specific data analyst, he want to detail query what are the like different columns he have to work on, what is the format of that data. And now comes to the storage. So cloud storage is like your GCS object storage, you have video, audio, all that sort of services. You type of data like unstructured data you can keep in cloud storage. Then comes to the BigQuery. BigQuery is like data warehousing solution where like you keep your all the transactional data, unstructured, semi-structured data, and then do join the all the tables and then perform your queries. So there you can run your queries into SQL. You don't have to learn any other language to do the like all the analytics and machine learning model as well. And then comes to the like specific BQML. So if you are a SQL guy and you want to do time series forecasting, then you have to just specify your specific model here, the name like Arima plus XGBoost, and then you just deploy with SQL queries, and you will able to inference that model as well. Same for like your linear and logistic regression. You have to bring even like all the public major public data sets are freely available, but you have your proprietary data sets, then you can bring into data like BigQuery. Even it doesn't matter your data reside into other cloud as well, you can just make a connector and you will be able to perform your queries. And then comes to the ML ops. So ML ops is like your complete CI/CD Vertex CI, that is complete ML ops solution, from data extraction to the your model deployment and model continuous monitoring. What is like different data skews, data drift model drift is happening, and you can alert, like configure alerts as well if like your model gets skewed and you want to retrain it. And further ahead of this, like you can create your model artifacts as CI/CD, and like complete versioning, like we develop put the versioning into code. You can put your models into versioning system, and you can route even traffic A/B testing also, like 80% traffic I want to route by this version of model, and 20% is newly trained model. I want to see the performance with 20% as well, so their A/B testing also can be done. And these are some customer references, and now I am opening for questions.
Uh, thank you, Neelamji, for that session. It was quite informative, and even with the console guidance that you gave, there are a lot of questions, and I see there is a lot of confusion that a lot of people have is about the main question that everyone is asking is how do we use these technologies in our project. So, will you cover this, or will it be covered in the next week when there will be a lot of sessions taken?
So specific, like you, if you have your business idea, then you can start working on that. And it, if like it's web application or mobile app, then mobile app you can leverage Firebase. If web application, you can go directly deploy into GCP and keep it for hackathon, like whenever the next round, elimination round, and you have to submit your ideas and the working demo as well, there you can show that. But if specific to, like you are not sure on which idea or industry I should work on, any insights, so from next industry specific session, we will be covering, like in agri-tech, what are the use case you can solve. Like in agri-tech, there are post-harvest and pre-harvest. There are two type of problem statement usually comes from the customer, or like even every day to day we meet people also. So in that also, post-harvest, what are the different problem, and any like way you can solve, like we will be giving statements, and then you can think you are able to solve that, or like you want to take another problem in that area as well. Same for fintech, like what is the specific to the like bank modernization, like UPI. So there is like too much transactions are done. So how bank aggregate that? Now in specific to like retail, if you are thinking about that as well. So as of now, like ONDC is live. How you make a buyer app? Like as a small business, I want to sell my product onto the ONDC network. How I will be able to do that? So how you solve that as well, all the problems as well. And then specific to the like your health tech, in health tech problem, these areas is like how I can get 360-degree view of my patient. How can I make user experience when a patient come, it's till checkout, its journey is like very smooth. And what was the like patient experience, and in terms of like any specific pharmas, how to train that complex model. And if you are working for a vaccinations, so how you solve that. And now come to the another, these days like everybody wear watch, and they want to manage their heartbeats and all that. So how to make sure that you have real time data coming in, like complete IoT stack, how you will be making that, if, and what are the inference like insights that will be helpful to the customers, and that for others as well. Like if I am a health insurance provider, I can take insights from that and position specific product, or like my or offering to the patients as well. So that's how we will be covering the, this was just like generic session, but next onward will be specific to the use case that we will give for reference, and then you can think what are the areas you can solve.
Okay, great, great. So you talked about using Firebase. So there are a lot of questions where people are asking that can we use Firebase in our projects?
So for Firebase, yeah, you can mobile app, for like mobile app will be developed into Firebase only. So that is okay. Good. That is like you can deploy your Firebase into Google Cloud. You go there, and you will be able to see the same Firebase project that I was able to was showing into console, and you can use that. That is like allowed. Mobile app you can host all using Firebase.
Okay, great.
Like all the
Again, a lot of
OpenStack tech stack you are using, you are free to use.
okay, okay. So I think this answers a lot of question for a lot of people about asking about the tech stacks, where ma'am is clearly saying that you can use whatever tech stacks you want to use.
Yes.
Yeah, great. Again, the question which I think you might have been seeing a lot is how to use AMD instances in their project is what a lot of people are asking.
Okay, so when you go and just choose the instance type that I was showing in console, C2, then their instance will be like C2D. So any instance name and with D, like C2D, N2D, E2D, E2D is not there, C2D and N2D are there. So if D is at end, that is AMD instance.
Okay, great, great. So, and also, you can also watch the video again from the time where ma'am started telling about the console and how to integrate instances. You can watch it again, so you will have a good idea about that. Great, great. And there's a question where one is asking that do we have any documentation to refer when we are working on the projects? So this is a question. Do we have some documentation to refer while working with the cloud, to refer while working with different cloud elements?
Yes, for every service, there is like search on the internet. Like if you want to deploy an ML model, so I want to deploy it like time series forecasting model. How to deploy time series forecasting model with the GCP? Then you will able to go. These all the services documentation are public and step by step guide is also there. So I can show you. Just hold on. Let me share my screen and I can show you how to use even that documentation as well. Like suppose I am using BigQuery. BigQuery is like GCP product data warehousing, where you can run your all the specific queries into SQL only. So if you go there and then you able to go specific to this services, so there is like in left side there will be complete menu. So if you see, this is the big data cloud BigQuery, and there is like how it works, what are the common use case you can solve with this product. And then there is documentation link and architecture center, any architecture using the BigQuery, how it looks like. And then documentation, specific step by step guide at what path, how you want to know, troubleshooting guide and all that. So for each specific product, there is documentation in this format, and that is publicly available.
Okay, okay. So that's great. So, and I have seen questions where, so even Rajesh, the question that you're asking, if you are making an ML model, how can we use Google Cloud in a project? So there, I think there might be a documentation for that as well, right, ma'am?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So, like there are two ways. Like you can, if you are familiar with SQL, then you can use BigQuery to use your model, like create data sets and then write SQL query. But if you want to do custom model, then go for the Vertex AI. Vertex AI model support four types of data: text data, tabular data, video, and images. Like you want to know at real time, like suppose this specific uh, recording, you want to know what was the like action item, whatever the like call outs in this specific video. You want to analyze this recording. Then you go upload this GCP, this recording into GCP storage bucket, and then there is built-in model. You just have to just train that model onto your data, and you will be able to get all the like specific point out, call out, or any other things that we have discussed in this complete recording. You will be able to capture. But if you know that any of this model is not as per your requirement, you can write your custom model in Vertex AI. Like there is managed notebook, that is called Workbench, and that is managed Jupyter notebook. And there is like complete Google Cloud SDK can be, it's already available there. And there are a lot of code labs as well, step by step guide how to use Vertex AI to develop custom models.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for that. There are a lot of questions about the pricing as well. So there is this question: do we have to pay for the billing account for using Google Cloud services and AMD instances for the hackathon project?
Okay, so for specific this first round, you have to use your free tier, that is 300 US dollars, and almost all the services which I have explained you can use into that particular for this round, and except GPU, you can use all the services. And after this round, whoever gets selected, they will get free access to the like around 2000 credits to just use the specific environment, and they will be directly credited to your account from whom you are just registering this hackathon. And you can leverage, you don't have to pay anything in that case.
Okay, so that is great. I think this answers a lot of doubt where I had seen a lot of people asking about why do you have to pay and is there anything to pay. So if you see the way ma'am has articulated, so everything is free. You just have to leverage everything. First, you get the free tier, right? You get some X amount and you can use that. And then once you qualify, again you get some X coins. So you can use that in order to leverage everything, and you do not have to pay anything.
Yeah, so one advice, use your free tier credits very wisely, because this is 300, and if you keep running one, like so you created one database and it's you kept it running, then it will be like 2 or 3 hours, 300 USD is gone. So use effectively. Like if you think like you don't need, for just specific to the first round, you don't need to use fully managed database services or any other services. You can use the VM, and the start and stop button is there in front of that VM only. If you are not using as of now, then stop that VM. You will not anchor any cost except the storage that will be in minimal, because you don't have any SSD disk attached. And same for the like Jupyter notebook. That Jupyter notebook, if you are writing ML code, if you are not writing, stop that. And then whenever you want to resume your work, you have to just start. You will get everything as it is.
Okay. And so people are also asking, what if we exhaust our free credits? Then what to do?
So then you reach out to me. I will provide credit to you guys.
That's amazing. So people, if even if you um, get rid of, even if you use all your credits, just reach out. But be wise, as ma'am told, be wise and wisely use your credits.
Yes.
Do not just overspend your credits. One other question also people were asking is that, so is GCP, is this a hosting site?
So hosting sites is, yes, you can use compute like the GCE instance, compute engine, or you can use app engine as well to host your sites.
Okay. Okay.
So you just create one VM, put your all configuration file for your website into that, and you can able to see that into port 8080.
Okay. So a lot of people are asking about a step-by-step guide of on how you can create a project if there is GUI project with Python as well. So are the documentation available for that as well, where they can see how they can create a step-by-step project?
Specific for like any, can you repeat question? Step by step guide for?
So suppose, so there is a question where someone is asking, suppose if I have a Python GUI project, so what is the step-by-step guide to to create such a project with GCP and also add the instances as well? So are there documentation for this as well?
Yeah, you just search on Google. Like every language is supported.
So yes, so everyone who has this question of how to get started, how to implement all of these things, just search it on Google. You will get everything over there. And even if you want to create an account, so you can watch the video again. We'll add the timestamp also where ma'am has started about the console. Again, I'm repeating that thing where she explained about the console. So we'll add the timestamp. You can go back and also read about it. And even the full tutorial is available on Google, so you can watch that and all your doubts would be cleared.
Even YouTube video also, like they like one Indian girl, Priyanka Vadgaria, that is like our developer as well, and she has done a lot of good work in terms of video, how to like even create it, like if you want to develop your custom AI model, how to take step by step guide as well. She has done a beautiful job into like specific to the YouTube as well. You can leverage YouTube as well.
Okay.
And any
Okay.
specific queries still left, you guys can ping me on LinkedIn. I am happy to help. Any documentation you are stuck or you need any guidance.
That is great. You can, I think, so that's really very great and very helpful of ma'am. So anyone who has any questions, you can reach out to her on LinkedIn. You can just search her name and you'll find her on LinkedIn undoubtedly. So I think that's all for the questions that we have. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful mentor and sharing all your experiences and clearing all the doubts. I think the session has helped a lot of people. So thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, thank you everyone.
Okay, so again, to just give you a reminder that you have to pick one topic out of the 5 topics, right? Which is health tech, fintech, agrotech, blockchain, fitness, and sports. The final date is 16th April, right? People who qualify basically will go to the regional level also. And in the next week, we'll have 5 sessions. 5 experienced mentors will come and they'll talk about, all of these questions, whatever you have still the doubt. Even if you go through the documentation and even if you still have questions, you can come to these sessions and you can ask your questions, ask your doubt about, how to use these instances and whatever it is. And even if you're not getting any project idea, you can come in the session and ask about the project idea. The mentors over there are very experienced, and they'll help you to get along and understand how you can also create and get an idea of the project also. This is a very very good opportunity, and even as you heard that you don't have to pay anything if you use all your free credits wisely, right? Initially you will get a free tier and get free credits, you can use that. Once you qualify also, then also you'll get free credits, you can use that also. And if you want to know more about it, just read about it and go on to YouTube as well. There are a lot of contents. And come next week also, we'll share the schedule of all the sessions also on YouTube, so you can come and have a look at it. So that's it from us. Thank you, Paul. And if you still have any questions, you can. And please join our Discord. There's a link in the description of Discord. In Discord, you can ask all of these questions related to tech stacks, related to AMD instances, related to what GCP is, what AMD instances are, and Discord mentors will be there to answer it instantly. You'll get a reply within the given time. So you can come onto Discord and ask all of your general questions and general doubts. We will take care of those questions over there also. So yeah, and you can connect on LinkedIn as well. So you can just search for Shilpesh Shah, Neelam Pawar on LinkedIn. You can get it over there. You can connect with us also, and we will be happy enough to answer all your questions. So that's it from us. Thank you for being an amazing audience. You guys are great. Bye bye.